Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Beeline to Victory podcast. This is our second interview, and today we'll be interviewing another Michigan State fan, despite my conscience telling me otherwise. Today it will be Mike from the Competitor podcast. Mike, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great today, Chris. How are you?
Fantastic. Let's get right into it. Today, Michigan played a tough Detroit Mercy team. I have them atop my Horizon League rankings, and they just imposed their will. Charles Matthews and John Teskey were terrific. What'd you think? What'd you see?
Well, it doesn't mean anything because Detroit Mercy's definitely the worst team in the Horizon Conference. They were picked to finish last in the
Not by me.
conference, so that doesn't mean anything.
Not
the
by
game meant
me.
nothing.
Oh, it meant nothing? Is that why they're 10-3
Nope.
now? I mean, this team is
Right.
no Wagner, no problem, Mike.
Yeah, sure. They were going to win anyway. They just would have won by like 5 more points if he was in. Seriously.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, Mike. It is Wagner. The team they probably would have won by 10 more points, but Wagner, no problem. It's no problem because John Beeline's coaching him up. Tom Izzo would not be able to do that without Miles Bridges.
Well, he's been doing it without Miles Bridges the whole year.
No, Tom Izzo is a horrible coach.
Well, John Beeline's a worse coach. You look at him; he's getting paid just
John
as much
Beeline's
money.
the best coach in the Big
and
Ten.
He's not doing anything with it.
Best coach in the Big Ten.
Oh, really?
Yes, he is.
Well, he hasn't won anything.
Well, he went to the Final Four, and if Louisville didn't cheat, he'd have a banner up at the Chrysler Center right now.
Oh, yeah, if they didn't cheat. Well, the fact is they did, so live with it.
All right, we'll go back to the Texas game the other night. What did you see from Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman? 17 points, 10 rebounds. He's really inserting himself as a leader right now. One of the best players in the country.
Cassius Winston gets that every night.
Oh, Cassius Winston. Yeah, well, Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman, did you happen to watch that game? Did you see his dagger bank shot he made?
Yeah, that was pure luck.
That was not luck. That was all skill.
Oh, really? I'm sure he meant to bank it off there.
Yeah, he did. He hit that in the guy's mouth.
Yeah, okay.
All right, well, let's move on to the second half of the doubleheader today. Michigan State played Oakland, one of the worst programs in the country, and struggled mightily. What did you see there? They did come out with a win, but struggled.
Yeah, well, Michigan State, whenever you play a rival, and Oakland's
They're not a rival.
playing continuously for 10 years.
They're not a rival. They're not a rival. That's like saying Michigan is a rival with Detroit Mercy.
Listen, it's like Indiana, Ohio State. The game's always close, but the better team always finds a way to win, and Michigan State always finds a way to win. And Detroit's the best team in that conference.
Yes, they are. Detroit is the best team in that conference.
Yep, they are. No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Detroit is dope. You said it. I didn't.
Okay. Calm down.
All right.
4-6. Calm down.
What about the Big Ten? Do you think Michigan has a shot to beat Michigan State? Because they are the second best team in the Big Ten right now.
No, they're not. First of all.
Well, first of all, your rankings are irrelevant because you think Rutgers is a top 6 team.
It's power rankings. It's not real rankings. I'd have them on number 10.
Rutgers is horrendous. They're awful.
They beat a ranked Seton Hall team. No other Big Ten team has beaten a ranked team.
Just because they gave Michigan State a fight. Only because they gave them a fight. That's it.
Michigan, they lost to LSU. You can't lose to LSU and be higher than 4th.
Are you kidding me? LSU is a tournament team.
Oh, are they now? No, they're not. Pretty sure they got blown out by Minnesota or Purdue or somebody. So they're an awful.
That's a good team. All right. Well, what do you think about the upcoming schedule? Michigan plays a tough Alabama A&M team and a tough Jacksonville team.
Are you trying to piss me off or something? Because those two teams are awful. Just awful. Alabama A&M's the worst team in the country. Give me a break. Seriously.
You catch that game on ESPNU next Thursday.
Yeah, I will not be watching. That's for sure.
Well, they haven't won a game yet, Alabama A&M, so they'll have something to play for.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
That's a tournament team.
I mean, they could be if they somehow win their conference.
I actually picked them to win the conference.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. You're a moron.
All right, let's move to football. What do you think about Shea Patterson going to Michigan and Michigan really having a better roster than Michigan State? They're basically locked for the playoff next year.
I mean, yeah, you look at the two rosters, Michigan State, Brian Lewerke. I would say Shea Patterson's better, but the thing about Shea Patterson is, he's a great quarterback, but his coach is going to find a way to choke.
That's not going to happen. Nope, they have a good enough roster. They're basically a lock for the playoff, and they're a lock for the national championship next year.
Oh, are they? Well, I mean, their defense is good, but, so is Michigan State.
No, it's not.
Michigan State has the quarterback. He can run around.
Lewerke is terrible. He's overrated.
He's Lamar Jackson incoming. He's going to be Lamar Jackson next year.
He's overrated. Oh, my gosh. You are crazy.
He led the team in passing and almost led it in rushing, too. That's how good he was.
What about the Outback Bowl? How do you think Michigan will fare in that game?
Yeah, I like Michigan in that game because South Carolina sucks, and they're in a terrible division, and they lost to Kentucky, so
in fact,
the Wolverines in that one.
They're in the same conference as LSU, who will win the SEC for basketball.
What?
South Carolina is in the same conference as LSU, who will be winning the SEC for basketball.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
I'm picking Washington State 34-30 over Michigan State in the Holiday Bowl. What's your pick in that game?
Insane.
I think Luke Falk is just going to tear up that defense.
Listen, the 3 times I've watched Luke Falk this year, he has been terrible, just awful. I stayed up for that Cal game. I shouldn't have stayed up for that Cal game because they just completely...
He's better than Brian Lewerke.
Seriously.
He's better than Lewerke by far.
Oh, is he now? That's why he's been benched twice. Lewerke hasn't been benched this year. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because he doesn't play on a good enough team. Because his coach has no expectations to go 8-4 every year.
Yeah, my coach gets paid $5 million to win 10 games a year. Your coach gets paid $9 million to win 8 games a year. So.
It was an off year. It was a rebuilding year from the start. Next year, we're making the playoff.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Not if MSU has anything to say about it.
Yeah, well, we're going to beat Notre Dame. We're going to beat Ohio State. We'll beat Michigan State. And then we're going to win a tough game at Rutgers. That's a tough place to play.
Yeah, well, I mean, last time I checked, Michigan has to go to Notre Dame, to Ohio State, and to Michigan State. Those are 3 L's at least.
Oh, are you kidding? Okay. Your arguments are not – they can't be credited just because you just said that.
I mean, Michigan State did go to Notre Dame last year and win, but I don't think Michigan can because Harbaugh can't win a big game.
Yes, he can. He will win the first – he will win.
He's beaten one top 10 team in 4 years.
And they beat him. And they beat him down. And guess – now he has his recruits this year.
14-7. That was such a beatdown against Wisconsin with a redshirt freshman quarterback that threw 3 picks. Seriously. Yeah.
I'm guessing that this will be his last. If he loses to Ohio State and Michigan State this year, unless he wins 10 games, he's out of there for sure.
Oh, boy. Who are you going to replace him with, Brady Hope?
No, I actually think.
Who's going to come to Michigan and coach if the expectations are a national championship? I wouldn't want to coach there.
I mean, that Tom Brady could easily go coach there after his retirement.
Tom Brady. Oh, really? Tom Brady?
Yeah. Yes. So, how do you feel the notion that Michigan is the older brother to Michigan State?
Well, I mean, it's kind of true. I mean, sure. Michigan was founded before Michigan State, so sure they're the older brother, but Michigan State's the younger brother that beats down on the older brother. Sure, you're the older brother. I'll give you that.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll close on that because you just know Michigan is better than Michigan State. Mike, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, that's not true. Not true at all.
Thanks for joining us, Mike. Well, you can join us again on Tuesday, and I'll have the 4th episode of the actual podcast. We'll be back again on Friday and then a full interview next week on Saturday. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.